Skinfix sent me the cutest cake for my birthday. Thank you, Skinfix. Now let's do some skincare. I'm actually having the beginning of a perioral dermatitis flare-up right now. It's red, it's been flaking. It's also a little bit inflamed and it stings when I put stuff on it. So I'm gonna show you what I do and what I use to help my skin when I'm starting to have a flare-up. First, no actives. You really want your cleanser to be gentle, hydrating, and non-stripping. Skinfix Foaming Oil Cleanser. If anyone says I'm using this just because of the cake,
are you new here?
This is genuinely one of my go-to cleansers whenever I'm having an irritation because on my skin, it's not stripping at all. It's very hydrating and gentle. Using a Clean Skin Club clean towel to gently dry off my face. I really make sure to not rub on this area too hard. I just pat it dry. You can definitely see the redness and irritation though. I would love to say that I have no idea what triggered it this time, but I got a little overconfident and I used my Azelaic on my chin 2 nights in a row and I'm paying the price. Prequel Universal Skin Solution. This is especially helpful when I'm having a seborrheic dermatitis flare-up or perioral dermatitis. It helps purify your skin and kill bacteria to make sure that it's really clean. It's especially important to let this dry down if you're going to be using any actives after it. I'm not going to, but I'm still going to let it dry to make sure that it really penetrates the skin. Next is the I'm from Mugwort essence. This is a staple all the time for me, but it's especially beneficial when my skin is irritated like this. It's antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, helps with redness. Whenever I'm having a flare-up, I get a lot of redness, so this just really helps to calm it down. I'm also going to use the Paula's Choice Enriched Calming Toner. This is a milky toner, and it's one of my favorite milky toners. I've gone through so many bottles of this. I find that this provides a nice amount of hydration, and when my skin is having a flare-up, it gets super dry on that area. It's really important for me to keep it as hydrated as possible without using too many thick products. For moisturizer, I'm going to use the Anua Intense Calming Cream. This is also full of hydrating, calming, soothing ingredients. Another thing that is super important while I'm having a flare-up is I don't use any products that have fragrance in them on my face. Some of the products that I like and use do have fragrance. For example, this Murad serum that I love, I use it so much with my retinoids. It does have a fragrance in it, and while this is going on, I just cut it out completely. To finish off, I'm going to use the Paula's Choice 10% Azelaic acid. You can mix this into your moisturizer or you can use it on its own. I like to use it on its own to make sure that I'm really targeting the areas that are affected. I take about that much and I just place it on the affected area. For me, it's always right here. This time, something different that I've noticed is I'm getting it around my nose, just right here. I don't usually get it here, so this is completely new. I like to put a nice thick layer of it. Something to note about azelaic acid though, when you start using this, it does burn. For me, that burn went away after I started using it consistently, but if I stop using it and start using it again, especially during a flare-up, it does burn. It feels a little bit spicy. The area can sometimes also get a bit inflamed and irritated. I let it sit, I let it do its thing, and it always helps to calm it down and clear it out a lot quicker. That's what I do when I'm having a flare-up. I try to keep it as minimal as possible, not using too many thick products. Out of all the products I used, the thickest product was actually the moisturizer. I didn't use any super thick toners, serums, or essences. I really tried to keep it as thin as possible because sometimes I find when I use really thick products, it can make it a little bit worse. In this case, less really is more. Hopefully this clears up soon because it just doesn't feel nice. Skincare done. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'm gonna go eat some cake.